Go.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to use the removal kit to remove your own windows. So what we have here is we have our door panel. I'm going to show you the Harbor Freight sells a kind of do-it-yourself window removal kit. It comes with some piano wire. It comes with 2 handles that we'll hook up our piano wire to when we're actually getting ready to remove our glass. And then it comes with a tool to actually go through the silicone sealant to get the piano wire through the other side. As you can see, we have enough piano wire to probably do about 25 sets of windows. We picked this up at Harbor Freight. It costs about $25. We also sell these basically for 25 bucks. We'll ship them in the box with your windows to get to you. So once we have that done, what we're going to do now is we're going to remove our interior panel so we can get this glass out of here. As in your installation video, to put your windows in, you're going to want to remove your inner door panel. And the first thing we're going to do is take out this push pin right here. You can use a flathead screwdriver. And then what you want to do is just slide this pin out. So that's the first thing you want to do, is take that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here so I don't lose it. And then the next thing that we're going to want to do is take the Phillips head screw out of the cup holder. And then once that is out, take that screw out, and what you do is you're going to kind of squeeze the cup holder towards you and then push it away, and the cup holder will come out. I'm just going to toss all of our parts in here, that way we don't lose any of them. I'll set this here on the front seat. The next thing we want to take off is our door handle. This has just like an old school style retainer clip. So what we want to do is, the easiest way to do this would probably be to grab my regular screwdriver again. And so I'm just going to pop that off and then catch it in my hand here. And then once I have that off, I can pull the door handle off. Now that we have those off, the next thing we want to do is take our seatbelt off here. So what we're going to do is, this is a 14 millimeter, and I'm just going to take this off here. Okay, and once that's off, take your bolt off and we'll put that in the cup holder. And now we have weather stripping right on the side of the window here, or the door. What we're going to do is just pull this right off here. And I'm going to set that here in the back seat. And now that that's off, we can pop our door panel off. So what you want to do is you want to grab it from the bottom and inside this lower pocket and just pull. Toyota's got all their stuff on basically like just snap rivets. So, and then once you get to here, what you want to do is just kind of pull it away from you, and you have to give it a little bit of a pull on there. It won't break anything. It just snaps in pretty good. So now that our lower part of our door panel's off, we're gonna set this inside and out of the way. Now to get this top piece off, we've got 2 screws right here we need to pull off, and Phillips head screws, or a 10 millimeter, whatever you want to use. Take that off. And now, even though these screws are out of here, they have little snaps that snap that into place so they don't go anywhere. So now what we got that off, what we're going to do is we're just going to pop this straight out, just like that, and then just grab it down here and pop those off. Okay. And this little piece here just fits right back in here. So we'll put that back in when we put that back on. So now that we have that off, the last thing we want to do before we remove our window is take off this inner trim piece molding here. So just take that off, and that's off. And finally, the last thing, so everything's done on the inside that we need to. The last thing we have to do is just take off this door edge piece here. That way we can we can see what we're cutting. So the easiest way to take this off is to kind of grab it towards you and pull it out slightly, and then pop it up. So you're going to pull out, and then there's 3 pins on here. So what you want to do, you want to be careful you don't break the clips, but you want to just pop it up like that, and then it'll pop off. And then the center one, I'm going to grab it and pop that one up. Once you get all three of them up, you can push it forward like that, and it'll take them off. You have to be really careful when you take this off, that because these are spring loaded here and they fit inside this channel, that you're pulling them down, and then once they release, you're pushing them up so you don't break these clips here. And then when we put them back on, they'll fit right in these three little notches here. So now we're ready to remove the window. So we'll get at that. All right, so now that we have our door panel apart and we're ready to take out our factory glass, what we want to do is I cut off about an 18 to 20 inch section of piano wire. And what we're going to do now is we've got our feeding tool, which is this little device here, and it's got a little notch at the end. What we want to do is kind of just put our wire in there, kind of right on the edge of it. It doesn't have to go in there if you don't want, but basically what we want to do is there's a real thick goop of sealant on every FJ kind of right in here, and so what we want to do is just go to the left of that. We don't want to be trying to push through that section. So what we want to do is we want to take our piece that we bent, and we want to just set it down here, and then we want to take our tool, and what we're going to do is we're just going to work this through the sealant. And you don't want to force it, you want to go straight down so you're not going into the glass, and you just kind of push it down through the sealant. And then when you get it down there, you want to pull your tool out like that, and then it'll grab, if you push it up against the wire down here right in front of the sealant, it'll actually grab the sealant and push it, or the wire, and push it down further. So our goal with this is to get it through the other side. So we're gonna see if that's come through the other side yet. I can barely see it right down in here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it down a little further. I don't want to push it through so far that we scratch the paint at all, but so I'm just gonna push it through a little bit more. And now I can see it right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my needle nose pliers. I'm gonna come around this side of the camera. I'm just gonna grab my needle nose pliers and just pull this through until you're about, I don't know, 8 inches through. So now that we got that through our window, basically what we're going to do is, the way you load these is there's a hole at the bottom, and what we're going to do is we're going to feed our wire through, and then we're going to set this thing back down here for a minute. You can see the wire comes up, and what we want to do is bend our wire only like just under ½ inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch long, bend it to 90, and there's a hole that it goes into. So then when we pull our handle back through, it's nice and tight, it won't go anywhere. What I'm going to do on this side is the same thing. So I'm going to let that hang, I'm going to shut the door on this side. And now this one was already bent, so I'm going to try and straighten that back out a little bit just so I can feed it a little bit easier. And we're going to feed this through here. Stick that in there. And then this side is good to go. So now we are ready to remove our window.